Guys, you're watching Stream Diaries. Today I'm gonna do a basic tutorial for beginners on Dayz. So I'm gonna try to give you pretty much as much advice I can give you to do like step-by-step survival, what to do first when you spawn in, basic controls, and learn all the skills pretty much. So if you enjoy the video, don't forget to follow. I will upload this on YouTube later on as well. And on YouTube, if you're going to see this and you enjoy it, like and subscribe. I will really appreciate that. Thank you very much. Enjoy the view. So, Dayz, as everyone knows, pardon me, is a survival game. So, you can, every time you spawn fresh, you basically create your own adventure, you create your own story, you decide, you can do like a role play, you can be your own character, so you can either be just a survivor, you can be friendly, you can be a bandit, we can like hunt people, you can just do hunting on animals and survive, build your own base, your little kit and everything. So let's begin with the first thing you need to do in Dayz when you spawn in fresh. We are on the coast at the moment, there's barely any buildings around here, but we do see a big town ahead of us. So when you spawn in, take a look around you, see what you see. If you see buildings in the far distance, try to head in that direction. Be wary of other players, not everyone is going to be friendly. I do encourage always to use the VoIP chat in the game, as in pressing on the D-pad. This is obviously referred to Xbox players. I do not know the commands for the PlayStation, so if anyone's watching this and they have a PlayStation, you're gonna have to figure out the controls for yourself first, and all the rest you can see here, basically. Right, so what we need to find first thing when we get in is food and clothing. That is your first thing to do. So you can look around these boats on the beach. Normally they spawn, they are basically like fixed spawns. So you can look around them, you can find items like small pieces of clothing. Normally you might find dry sacks, backpacks, you can find cans of drink. Sometimes if you're lucky enough you can find cans of food. You can also craft it. pristine item with me. And the reason is we only spawn in with half a bandage, and that bandage will have 2 uses to it. Once you run out of that, and if you're still bleeding, you're gonna probably bleed to death. So what you want to do is either keep the shirt once you change it, or if you find any other pieces of clothing on the way that are worn or pristine or even damaged, it doesn't matter, you will need to cut them and they will give you rags. Keep in mind that you might want to disinfect them before using them, otherwise there would be there's a chance that your wound might get infected when you're bandaging up if your rags are not disinfected. You can disinfect the clothing bits, the rags, with iodine tincture, disinfectant spray, and alcoholic tincture. Right, so as you can see, it doesn't take long for you to get hungry. So what we need to find now is possibly 2 pieces of small stone in order to be able to craft a stone knife. There's one. You can find these small stones on the small tracks that go through the woods. You can find them near train tracks. As you can see, I just found one. I'm not saying they're super easy to find, but if you're far away from towns or villages where you have a higher chance of finding a tool that allows you to cut, you might want to look for these 2 pieces of small stone. So we got one, we need one more. Another small tip, so when you spawn in on Dayz, especially on Chernarus, you will spawn in with these items. 1 piece of fruit, that can be an apple, a pear, or a plum. You can eat them raw. It's not a bad thing to eat them raw, they're fruit. But you have to learn that if you cook them, they will give you a lot more calories. And your hunger will last longer. You're basically not hungry. Your calories will last longer, so you will, until you manage to find more food. So that's what I'm doing now. I'm not gonna eat it unless desperate. Let's get back to rules of Dayz. First rule of Dayz: do not get attached to your loot. You're gonna probably die a lot of times before you get the hang of it. Sometimes you won't even be able to find any food, and you'll probably die of starvation. That can happen. Don't worry about it. It's a game. Just start a new adventure. After that, spawn in fresh and try again. That is absolutely normal. Nothing wrong with it. You're not a bad player. You're just learning, and that's the way it goes. Now, wagons, train carriages, they can spawn tools, they can spawn pieces of clothing. So you might want to check them out when you're around them. On Livonia you can even find tents. There you go, we found some ammo in this one. So as we are playing a unofficial, since the last update, there's a high probability that clothing and whatever other items can spawn damaged, badly damaged, random. So we got these, we're gonna blend them together. Headlight bulb, jumpsuit pants. So just because they're damaged does not mean that someone dropped them there. It's the way the game works at the moment. So since the last update, oh, there you go. That's a bomber jacket. That also you have to look at the insulation. So the objective is keeping yourself warm. If you're warm, you will burn less calories, which means your energy will stay longer and you won't get hungry very often, as you would when you're cold, obviously. Just like pretty much in normal life, you would say. So the idea is to find good clothing that gives you good insulation. In order to see that, like I just did, you open your inventory vicinity, you hover over the item, and it will give you the description in the middle of the screen, and you can see how much it weighs and the insulation. Obviously, if an item is damaged, the insulation is going to be lower. Your aim is to find high to best insulation. This does not want to open for some reason. So I was saying you need to find high to best insulation clothing items that will give you the best protection. We don't need an electrical repair kit, although since I found it, you can use electrical repair kit to fix scopes, radio transceivers, and other electrical bits, which I've never actually used it that often, so it's not an essential thing for your survival. It's good to have one depending on what you are trying to achieve. Okay. Christmas lights. That's another item you don't necessarily need for your survival. That's simply a accessory, decoration for your eventual tent, if you can find a tent. Tents are used for storage, and there are, as far as I remember now, 3 types of tents. You have the small tent, that has 250 slots, I think, or 200 slots of inventory. You have the military green tent, medium, I think it's called. That one has 400 slots. And then you have the car tent that has 500 slots. They're pretty rare to find. You're gonna find them mostly on the north side of the map. And the military tents, you can find them in military bases, mostly often in Northwest Airfield, TZ military base, maybe Kamensk if you're lucky enough. And yeah, those are useful if you have a base, if you have team playmates, and you organize a squad, you're gonna build a base, you're gonna need those kind of tents for storage. Now, let's make ourselves a stone knife. As I said, with the 2 pieces of small stone. I can hear a chicken very close by. So we're gonna go kill that chicken with a bat. You can punch a chicken as well. That it doesn't take, just takes a couple of hits. Now, where are you? They're not easy to see sometimes. There you go, that's one done. Let's... Oh, what are you doing? Alright. We're gonna quarter it. When you cut an animal, or a human being if you're into that, with a knife, you're gonna have blood on your hands. Pay attention, make sure you do not eat with your hands dirty with blood. You will get sick, and if you can't cure it, if you don't have any medicine, you'll probably die at some point of sickness. It has a name, but I don't remember it at the moment. Now we're gonna find some water. There we go, we found some water. We're gonna wash our hands. And we're gonna go make a fire to cook that chicken. So what do we need? We need a piece of bark. Let me get this here. So as we have a cutting tool, small stone knife, it doesn't last for long. It has a few uses in it, but it does help. Lockpick, wow, that's good. Lockpicks are good to lock doors or unlock doors, because some players like to do that. They go in buildings and They lock themselves in just to make sure they have a higher chance of survival in case they get attacked, in case someone's going after them. So it gives you a bit of, let's say, time to organize yourself to find an escape route or prepare yourself for a fight. Right, we're gonna make a fire, and we're gonna make it here. It's always good to try to stay away from overpopulated areas or like big cities and stuff when you want to make a fire, because a fire obviously will make smoke, and smoke will be seen and will attract other players, and that could mean you can either make a new friend or you can get killed. Right, how to make a fire with no lighter or no matches. You need a short stick and you need a piece of bark, which, as you just saw, you can get from a tree, with a cutting tool. That can be a knife, that can be a hatchet, that can be a saw, that can be also a fire axe, anything that can cut, basically. So we are going to combine these, and you can see it gives you fireplace, D-pad up, hand drill kit. We're going to hold, create a hand drill kit. Alright, and now we're gonna make a fire, so we need to make a fireplace. Combine the short stick with the bark. There we go. That's done. Now we have one short stick left, so we're gonna attach that there. We're gonna need to cook that chicken. In order to cook a chicken on a fireplace like this, you can do it by sharpening a long stick. Obviously you need a cutting tool again. Or you can get 2 short sticks, I think it's 2 short sticks and a long stick, and you can craft a cooking stand. But in order to use that, you will need a pan or a cauldron. I'm not sure you can find a cauldron on Chernarus, but you can find them on Livonia. So you attach the cauldron or the cooking pot to the cooking stand. Whilst the fire is going, you can put the meat in and you can cook it. Right, now we're gonna put the chicken breast on the stick, and now you're gonna have to go around a little bit, jiggle a little bit with the fireplace. Don't step on it because you're gonna get burned, obviously. So you just have to find the right position to get the prompt for roasting. It doesn't want to give it. Let's do it this way. Yeah, I saw it, it was there. No? There it is. And you hold RT until it cooks, basically. So when that small circle in the middle of the screen is full, your steak will be cooked. You'll see it change color anyway. So once you've learned the basic skills, it's gonna be almost impossible for you to die of starvation. There'll be higher chances that you will get killed either by another player, or depending on what part of the map you are, you can get killed by wolves or bears if you don't have anything to defend yourself. Regarding fighting zombies, and let's include the wolves as well. Let's eat that first, so we are very hungry. So if you get chased by a lot of zombies and you have no buildings around you, the best thing to do is find something to climb on. That can be a car wreck, that can be a truck wreck. Truck wrecks are a bit more difficult to climb up on. You can find a hay bale, I think. That should give you enough height so that zombies or wolves can't touch you. That's the best escape route you can get. There we go, let's cook this one as well. If you wait long enough and you're surrounded by zombies, after about 30 seconds to 1 minute, they will start, they will leave you basically. They will turn around and start dispersing, whilst wolves will keep on barking at you and waiting for you to come down so you can give them a cuddle. Well, don't try to give them a cuddle because that won't end well. Also, that small, if you look down on the right side of the bottom right or corner of the screen, those are your stats, obviously. Forgot to mention them earlier, but later is better than never. Those are your stats. So the cross is your health overall, that drop is your blood levels, the temperature gauge is obviously your bodily temperature, and then you have the apple, which indicates your hunger level, and the bottle, which is your hydration. So when you have you don't have very good clothes on, it's always good to get that plus symbol. If you get that plus symbol, oh, the fire went off. Right. We're gonna make a fire in a bit again, so we can keep that for now. Getting that plus symbol is it's a good thing. Means your bodily temperature is decent, your hunger will be slowed down, and it has an overall effect over even like if your health is down, you will regenerate slightly quicker. Many pros basically. Let's grab this other stone because my knife is getting badly damaged at the moment. Yep. Just craft another one. So you only need one. You actually need like 2 stones, but only one will be used to craft the knife, as you would think. There we go. So we got our hunger levels decent now. When your hunger level hits red, your health will start going down. So your best option is to try and find what we got here. Try and find some food or fish, or actually, good point. We're gonna go fish. So 2 fish. Like I said, you can craft your own fishing rods with a piece of rope, a long stick, and you can get the. If you don't find any fishing hooks on on boats or other buildings, you can craft them out of bones, which you can get from chickens or humans. So what you're gonna do is this. There you go. That's ruined. And you have 2 fishing hooks. That is done. Boom. Now we need a piece of rope. You can craft a rope from intestines with a knife, with a cutting tool. But as you saw, chickens don't. When you quarter a chicken, it won't give you any like intestines. So you want to kill a bigger animal. That can be a pig, a sheep, a goat, a deer, a wolf, a cow. The larger animals will give you intestines. You can craft a rope out of those with a knife or a cutting tool. Once you got the rope, you got the long stick, and you got those bones, craft it into hooks. Combine the rope with the long stick, put the hook on. It's just like combining. You will have a small slot when you have the fishing rod ready. You can fish without a worm, without bait. It will take longer but you can fish without bait. If you need worms, all you have to do, grab your cutting tool in your hands, look down, and it will give you the option, dig up worms, and hold RT. There you go. Okay, we got one worm. We'll just try one with a worm and one without, just so you have an idea how long it takes, which one is easier to fish with. Just a quick mention regarding the map we were talking earlier. The app I was talking about is I Survive. So it's like I Survive, but with a Z instead of the S. So IZURZIVE. I Survive. Okay. Damaged BK18. This will do for now. All the items on Dayz have 4 levels of use of stats kind of thing. So you can get pristine, worn, damaged, and badly damaged. As you can see, there you go, that's an example. That's a badly damaged. How do you know it's badly damaged? You can open the inventory vicinity and look on the item, and it will give you on the middle screen, it will say pipe wrench, and the status under it, it will say badly damaged. There's that dot on the left, which indicates the status, the state of the tool or item. And it goes from bright green, pale green. So bright green is pristine, pale green is worn, yellow is damaged, orange is badly damaged, and red is ruined. Once an item is ruined, you can't use it anymore. You can't use it, you can't wear it. So there's no point holding on to it, basically. Okay, let's continue. We've looked around here, not much happening. Also, it's a good thing when you don't have a lot of food and you don't have hydration. Don't sprint, you can just jog. It will use less calories, obviously, so you won't get hungry as fast. You will know that by looking down on your stats. So by jogging, your hydration goes down 2 arrows, your food goes down 1 arrow. If you sprint, they will go down 2 to 3 arrows. The same thing happens when you're cold, hence why I was talking about insulation and get yourself warm, get that plus symbol if possible. When you're cold, you're going to use more calories, and you will see that because your stats, hydration and food levels will go down a lot quicker. Let's take that flashlight, could be useful when it gets dark. Improvise hands wrapping. Alright, that's an improvised hands wrapping. I'll show you how to do that in a bit when we have a cutting tool. Now this is a well, obviously. What we want to do now is fill up our hydration. So best thing to do is keep drinking until you get a small stomach shaped icon next to your bottle on the bottom right corner of the screen. We don't have a container to carry water with us at the moment, so until then we're just gonna have to drink as often as possible until that little bottle there is full and it's white. Having a sip myself. Keep an eye around you while you're doing that. And use your left lever to do that while you're drinking. Just to be aware, always be aware of your surroundings when you're doing stuff like this. Okay, that's the stomach icon showing up. We're gonna wait until that disappears and then we're gonna drink a little bit more. Another thing you can do is, so in case you haven't figured it out, if you look using only your left lever, you're gonna move your character every time you turn. Basically, he's gonna turn when you look around. You can look behind your shoulder without moving your character by holding LB, left button, and right lever. As you can see, that's how you look behind your shoulder. Over your shoulder, sorry. Okay, you can do that even while you're walking. Obviously, your character is going to keep going in the direction you were headed. Okay, now back to searching for loot. As you head into the map, right, hiking pants, pristine. As you head into the map, you will find summer camps, you will find other buildings. So, or again, keep in mind there are going to be other players. Each player has its own way of playing Dayz. It's also a role play. Some players will like to set traps. Traps can be set at the entrance of a building, by the door, and the traps can be bear traps. Bear traps can be found in hunting shacks and summer camps. They can be set into the doorway. They can be set into small pieces of grass where they can be like barely visible, and the moment you walk on them, they will clamp on your leg, and 90% of the chances are it will break your leg and damage your clothes, your pants, and or your shoes. Mostly your pants though. Tripwires can be built, can be crafted with, I think it's metal wire and 2 short sticks. Also, they can have attached to it a grenade. So the moment you walk, and obviously tripwires are mostly set in doorways. Once you step over them, you will trip, and if it has a grenade, it will explode and it will kill you. So be aware as you go into the map, deeper inland. Before entering a building, don't rush in, just stop, open the door if you have a chance to do that, unless you're being rushed or shot by someone. So that's a 50-50 chance there that either the player kills you while you're trying to escape or run into the building, or he doesn't manage to shoot you. You're walking in, there's a tripwire with a grenade on it, you're gonna step on it and it's gonna explode and kill you. Or there will be a bear trap, it will break your leg, you'll fall down. That will knock you out unconscious for about 20 seconds, I think. Let's eat this while we're talking. If you were being chased by someone, that player will have enough time to rush you, which means catch up to you and eventually kill you, or he can tie you up. Sorry, he can tie you up and rob you and leave you naked, or torture, or many things. That's completely up to the player, basically. You can try to talk him out of it. Good luck doing that. Most of the times it doesn't end well, basically. Another good advice is don't start a fight if you're not 100% sure you're going to win it, unless you're a daredevil. There has been many occasions where freshies, basically, Freshies have managed to kill geared players simply by cornering them or going stealth behind them and start punching them, or super punch. The super punch is this, so you hold on to LT, left trigger, and hold on to Y. That's a super punch, and you've got, depending on how much stamina you have about 3 when you have full stamina. That will basically push them back. It will take a bit of health, extra health off, or you can just punch them continuously. If you manage to corner a player to corner him into a building or against something, he won't be able to shoot you if he's got a rifle or a gun in his hands, and you will be able to punch him. He might be able to push back if he has enough stamina and he's holding a gun. He will be able to do this. Which one is it? There you go. By pressing 2 on X while aiming, basically it uses stamina, so you need stamina in order to be able to do that. It basically pushes back whoever's attacking you. That can happen with zombies as well. So if you're cornered by zombies and you're having a gun in your hands, you need at least a third of stamina on your stamina bar. By the way, stamina bar, bottom left side of a corner of the screen, right next to a little running man, that's your stamina. The more stuff you're wearing, the heavier stuff you're carrying, the more loot you're carrying, that stamina bar will go down. So, ideal it would be, don't carry too much stuff. As I said, the main rule of Dayz, don't get attached to your loot. Depending on what you're trying to achieve, only carry what you need. For your survival, there we go. Oh, there's a gun. I have a pistol. That little IJ is badly damaged, but it has a mag. Let's put that back on there. Ooh, that's better. Right, I will leave this here. I'll take this one. So, the BK-18 is a single shot rifle. Actually, let's do it this way. Look. You simply hover over a single shot break action hunting rifle designed with simplicity, built to last, uses 7.62 39mm rounds. So, every single item on Dayz has a slight, easy description, basic description of it. All you have to do is just hover over it and you will know what it's about. Keep in mind also the weight of the items you're going to carry. Every item has about an approximate weight, which you can see on the description up there. We got a couple of items now. What we're going to do is let's hotbar them. So your character, depending on what clothing you're wearing, will have a hotbar which can be accessed by pressing LB. No, sorry. What was it? Sorry. RB. RB will open your hotbar. This is your hotbar. We only have very basic clothing, so we have only 4 slots available. We're going to be smart with them and we're going to put only what we need on that hotbar. First one will be the baseball bat. I already did that earlier. So you go into your inventory, hover over the item you want to add to your hotbar, press on the left lever, select which slot with your right lever, and press A. So it's empty now. If you press again and press A, and you have the baseball bat on the top of the hotbar. Next item, BK-43. It's a shotgun double barrel, quite good weapon to have at the beginning. It's powerful. It's quite powerful. You can use a single shot, you can use it as a single shot, or you can use it as a double shot, even more powerful. So what we're going to do now, we're going to add that to our hotbar right here. I'm gonna add this. It's badly damaged, but it will do for now. Let's load our magazine. So, as you saw, I took the magazine out. In order to take the magazine out, you have to hold the gun in your hand. You hover over this little magazine slot here and you press X. It will take the magazine out of the pistol or gun and it will put it in your inventory. Put the gun back in your inventory, take the magazine in your hands. You can do it manually to load it, as in go hover over the bullets you need. Obviously, every magazine, every pistol, every gun will tell you what kind of ammo it uses. All you have to do is hover over it and read the description. Luckily, we have found some 380 ACP rounds earlier. They're damaged. There's a probability that when I'm gonna shoot with that pistol, it's gonna jam. And if that happens, all you have to do while holding your gun in your hands and aiming is hold X or press X. That will basically make the character unjam the gun basically. Right, let's load this magazine. So you can load it manually like I said, or you can just go back, get out of the menu, holding the magazine in your hands and press and hold Y. And now the magazine is loaded. We're going to hotbar this pistol. Now we go back out. There you go. So to open the hotbar again, you need to press RB. Hotbar is open. Use your right lever. Select your item you need to use and press A. And you will carry it in your hands. Now we need to load the magazine. Again, hold Y. There we go. And it's loaded. So you can aim down sights like this when you're holding a gun, or pressing right lever, you're gonna go closer and aim close. I don't know how that's called, but it's like aiming properly, aiming in sights. Same thing with the rifle, down sights, in sights. We haven't got any buckshots and we haven't got any ammo for the shotgun. So I'm just going to keep it there for now. By the way, let's put this bandage here as well. And let's continue. Oh, let's go back to that water well. The well and drink a little bit more until that bottle is filled. If your hydration is up, your and getting you wet means you're gonna be cold. If you want, you can just get inside a building and wait until the rain goes, but sometimes rain can last for even an hour. So you can just jog it, stop every now and then, maybe in a building, make a fire, stay by it until your plus symbol shows up. Your clothes will dry. I will show you that now that we will get wet. So when you start getting cold, your temperature gauge will become light blue. If that light blue becomes deep blue, your health will start going down, and you don't want that. Right, there we go. Let's continue. If you're carrying matches in your inventory and you don't have a dry bag or a dry sack, those matches will get damp. And if you need to turn... oh, okay, this is much better. This is in pristine condition. And we have a pair of hiking boots in pristine condition. Those are very good. As you can see, the hiking boots have the best insulation. Sorry. Hiking boots have the best insulation, so they're very good to hold on to. They are quite light, as the description says. Water resistant as well. Whilst the trail shoes, they're good. Same weight, but medium insulation. And as you can see, we only needed a bit of rain and they're already damp. Also, we did walk into the water earlier, so yeah. Right, skate helmet. Yeah, it's just an item. It doesn't really give you much protection. It's mostly appearance, I believe. From my point of view, it's mostly appearance what it does. So, right, there we go. Let's get in a fight with the zombie. So a zombie spots you. He's gonna come towards you running. If you hold left trigger and step back, you're going to be in defensive mode and he won't be able to hit you. As soon as you leave your guard down, he will be able to hit you. So if we go, there you go. I'll make an example. I'm holding my guard up by holding LT and stepping back basically. There we go. Right, so it's time to hit him. We're gonna hold the Y and we're gonna hit him, and 2. There you go, 2 hits with a bat, got him knocked out. Now we are bleeding. That's just because I was showing you how it works. Put that baseball bat back on. No, we don't have any room in our inventory at the moment. We're gonna have to try and find a backpack. You can craft a backpack by using a burlap sack and a rope. And once you've done that, you will have a burlap courier bag. It has, I believe, 32 slots in its inventory. If I'm not wrong, you can upgrade it by using 3 short sticks and combining them to the burlap courier bag. Canned sardines, there we go, we got some food. Canned sardines will need a, pretty much as like every other canned food, will need a cutting tool in order to open it and eat it. About this unknown food can, as you can read on the description, it says label is too worn to be read, the content too dirty to guess, the stomach too empty to not have a bite. So I've had a bad experience with this. There's a chance that you eat this and you would get sick and start vomiting, and obviously your hydration and food levels will go down. Or there's a chance that it's good and it will just give you food, basically. I prefer not to risk it, so what I do is I just leave them where they are. You can use a can to fight a zombie though. I will show you that. It does give you a bit more power when you're punching. So if we go here, 1. There we go. See, it works. I'm gonna use this until it gets completely ruined. We have a pipe. You can use that as a melee weapon. There you go, we have a rope. We have a piece of rope. Now, A piece of rope. You can use a piece of rope to craft a tie. A belt, a rope belt. The only use you have for that when you're wearing it is to stash your knife, basically, so you don't have to hold it in your inventory. The belt will go on this slot here, and it will give you a slot for a knife. That's the only thing you can do with a rope belt. You can find belts, by the way. You can find the civilian belt and you can find the military grade belt. Not much difference between the two. They both have 3 slots, one for a knife sheath, one for a canteen, and one for a pistol holster. That will make it easier for you to carry stuff in your inventory, basically. Let's do this. I'm gonna eat that apple. It's not cooked, but it doesn't matter because we're gonna go fish now that we have a rope. Combine fishing rods. There you go. Bada bing. We got a simple fishing rod. We're gonna put a worm on the bone fishing hook. And we're gonna add the fishing bait, bone fishing bait, onto the fishing rod. You can do that like this. So you hover over the fishing hook, fishing bait, hold A as suggested by the screen, down on the bottom right corner, and using your D-pad, you go over the fishing rod and over the empty slots down there, release A, and it will move it there. You can do that manually as well. Move it out. Take the fishing rod in your hands, hover over the fishing bait on the ground and press Y. It will equip it. Oh, right. Avoid that. It will equip it on your boonie hat. Yeah, that's there you go. By the way, the boonie hat has a slot for a fishing rod, fishing hook. Let's drop that down on the ground by holding X. Hiking bands, as we are completely run out of bandages, and if we get cut, we won't be able to do anything about it. So, little secret: if your overall health is good, as it's full white, pardon me, if your overall health is white, you can use unsanitized rags. There's a very small chance that you will get sick or your wound will get infected. So we'll make do, basically. If your wound gets infected, again you will need to find a disinfectant spray, iodine puncture, or alcoholic tincture. You only have to hold it in your hands and it will give you the prompts to use. Bear with me 1 second. Just need to look at a message. Okay. Right. Was a lot of talking. Let me take a sip of coffee. Back to us. So yeah, pretty much explained the iodine tincture, and if your wound gets infected, the best thing to do, find disinfectant, whatever, put it in your hands, and it will heal your infection. How do you know you're going to get infected? Simple. Any kind of illness you will have. Hello. I'm guessing that was the owner of the house. Oh, brilliant. Sewing kit. You will know of any kind of illness you have by simply looking at your stats. Right next to your bottle there will be a symbol that looks like a microbe or like a little sun, whatever. So as long as you have that on, means you're sick. Every sickness has its own way of getting healed. So if you have a wound infection, you will know the wound is disinfected and cleaned and your illness is gone because that icon will disappear. If you have a cold, obviously your character is going to start coughing and sneezing and sweating. When he's sweating, because it has high temperature, he will start making those panting noises like okay, let's have that little what's that? Brisket spread. My favorite. Now these are small food items. They will give you a little bit of hydration and calorie, basically. Not much, but it will keep you going. Alright, we have a shotgun already, we don't need another one. The sewing kit you can use to repair clothing items, backpacks, and stuff like that. Right. Now also, if you are completely out of bandages and rags, but you have a sewing kit, you can use a sewing kit to heal, to close your wound, to stop bleeding. I'm not 100% sure, but I think you might be able to use a leather sewing kit as well. We'll have to check that out at some point if the occasion shows. Oi! Leave me alone. Take another one. And another one. Bastard. There we go. We have a knife. It's a steak knife. It does cut. That's all we need. Another little tip for your survival. When you are around barns like these, or any other type of barn, and there's hay bales or hay piles, look around them. if there has been a player around, you might be lucky enough. They usually spawn mushrooms. Mushrooms can be eaten raw. It's always recommended to cook them, give you a bit more calories, and that will help you survive if you're out of food completely. You can find them around hay bales as well. Let's go check if there's one around this one. Also on the map there are fruit trees, and here the I Survive map will come in very handy, because on that it's very detailed, and it will show you also where you can find fruit trees. Fruit trees, if I'm not wrong, on the I Survive app will be shown as tiny green dots around buildings on the map. And normally fruits and mushrooms spawn when there's player activity in the area. If when you're in an area under a tree or in a barn, next to a barn, and you find pristine condition mushrooms, these are worn, it can mean that there has been activity in the area within the last 15-20 minutes. We have a handsaw. Do we need a handsaw at the moment? No, because we do not have enough room in our inventory. So, again, be aware of your surroundings. There could be players around, or there couldn't. I'm playing on a official server at the moment, so this one is not very busy at the moment. Did this on purpose in order to focus on the survival skills rather than PvPing. There you go. Mushrooms, I don't know if anything has changed in the last updates, but apparently mushrooms spawn in when, like I said, there's a player activity, so it could be that these mushrooms have spawned in simply because I'm in the area. Right. Let's take care of this zombie. So if you sprint and then when you get close to the target, you press RT, it will give a super punch. And he's got another knife and powdered milk. That's most badly damaged, we don't need it. With the 1.19 update, the devs have added the inertia to the character movement, which kind of affects the super punch thing. So you just need to make maybe double tap on the RT if you see it doesn't work. Sometimes it works with one tap. I'm just gonna verify it again and see. It works with one tap as well. There you go. One super punch, one normal punch, and he's dead. Quite effective, that baseball bat, huh? Okay. Check every building. As you can find useful stuff. Tracksuit jacket, no. This way. We're gonna head towards the seaside to fish. There is actually a small lake, I think somewhere by that house in the distance, but let's go to the seaside. I prefer the seaside. It's just personal taste, it doesn't make a difference. we still haven't found the backpack, so we have to keep an eye out for that. So, are you coming? There you go. Come on. Get ready, and boom. It's a matter of practice to hit the right spot, to hit at the right time with a super punch. So when the zombie comes towards you, stay in guard, and as soon as he gets close to you, hold Y. It would give him a right up punch. Alright, let's check this building. So building sites like these will normally spawn tools, worker clothing items, as in jumpsuit pants, jumpsuit jackets. They're pretty randomized. Or they can just spawn anything else. They can spawn any sort of tool used for building. It can spawn nails. It can spawn shovels, pickaxes, crowbars, axes. I can hear a chicken. So you just have to have the patience and look for them. And again, it depends what you're aiming for. So if you want to become a builder and build your tiny little base, you're gonna have to go around the map, check all the building sites, industrial areas, those wooden loos, like wooden toilets you find outside the houses. They normally spawn, they can spawn iodine tincture, they can spawn alcoholic tincture, they can spawn nails, they can spawn sharpening stones, which are obviously used to sharpen your tools. Alright, you can find also code locks. 4-tile combination lock. These are used to lock the gates on your base. We'll get to that further ahead when we get into the game. I will do a small tutorial on how to build. So there are two types of combination locks. There's the 4-dial and the 3-dial. Personally recommend, pretty sure every other gamer that will build a base will recommend a 4-dial. Why? Simply because a 3-dial can be cracked easily. It's a lot easier to decipher what code has been used if you have a 3-dial rather than a 4. You can decode a 4-dial combination lock as well, but it will take you ages and luck. So as you can see on the bottom right corner of the screen, my temperature gauge is light blue. That is because my jacket is damaged and also because my clothes are wet. Do we have enough room for that chicken? Not really. Fine, we're gonna go fishing anyway. So before we go fishing, I'm gonna try to find the backpack because we're gonna need some extra inventory slots. Missed! Oh. Nothing on him. You can find zombies that are carrying a backpack. Ooh, would you look at that? Badly damaged. Not even gonna bother picking that up. Like I said, I was saying, you can find zombies that are carrying... I'll take that. They're carrying backpacks on their back, but there we go. Boom! A dry bag. These dry bags come in different colors. Black, yellow, red, and green, and blue, light blue. I personally try to avoid picking up the very bright colors because it can be seen from far away. Black and green are my favorite, if there's no other choice, obviously. Let's make some room now. Let's organize some stuff. Let's eat that powdered milk. That will give me some calories. Free up some space. Although I drank a lot of water, as you can see, the water bottle on the screen on the hydration is not full yet. The objective is to have that full. My objective is to have that full. Signal pistol, you can use that with a flare. And you shoot it up in the air and it will bright up the sky. Oh, would you look at that, a fishing rod. Oh, we don't need it because we have one already. Right, we have got a backpack. There we go. Now, jumpsuit jacket, it's pristine. Let's see, the insulation on it is medium. The bomber jacket, it's 7 kilos in weight. And it's bad insulation simply because it's soaked and it's badly damaged. What I can do is this. I'm going to fix it so you can see the difference. So we hold the sewing kit in our hands. You can do even vice versa. You hold the jacket in your hands and hover over your sewing kit in the inventory in order to fix it. So you hover over it, press B, and then hold RT. Voila, brand new bomber jacket. It's not brand new, it's worn, but yeah, you get the point, right? Low insulation, again, it's soaked. We can hold the jacket in our hands and give you the prompt to wring it. That's what we're doing. And high insulation, just by keeping it damp. So we're gonna hold on to this jacket. I am gonna cut this jumpsuit jacket into rags so we can have some extra rags. This is still good, okay. Now you can stash rags up to 6 in one stack. Only after this combine them, and there we go. What we can do with one rag is craft. Oh, you can gag yourself with one rag, or you can craft improvised eye patch. If you use the whole thing, stack of 6 rags, as you can see, you can craft pretty much all the clothing items, as in hand wrapping, eye patch, legs wrapping, torso wrapping, face wrapping, feet wrapping, and head wrapping. You can basically make yourself a mummy. Obviously 6 rags won't be enough. It only gives me all the options because I have a full stack on. So you will need more rags in order to craft the whole kit, basically. Jumpsuit jacket, BK18. Should we make some more rags? Yeah, might as well. That's why we get rid of the stone knife. And we can put that in here. What's that? Is that pristine? No, it's worn. Okay. Interesting. I think that stuff has been dropped there by a player, because normally you don't get these kind of things on top of silos. So as I was saying, when you're going down a ladder, you can try to slide down, but as we don't have any gloves on, if you slide down, you can get your hands cut and you'll start bleeding. So take it slowly. When you have gloves, it's different. You can slide down. They will get worn. Your gloves will get worn at some point after doing it repeatedly. But yeah, that's part of the game. In industrial areas, you can also find, apart from these containers that are yellow, blue, and orange, and green and red, you can find the military containers. There are camo pattern on them. Some of them are open, and you can find military-ish grade items in them. If you're lucky enough, you can find a gun. If you're even more lucky, you can find a grenade. There's another piece of rope. By the way, how's this backpack? Is it badly damaged? No, it's just damaged. We won't waste sewing kit on the backpack yet. It's only damaged. If it's badly damaged, yes, and if you want to hold on to the back. Could go all the way back there in that little corner. It's a bit more isolated. It's a bit safer. So we can fish and then make a fire and cook the fish. Obviously we're gonna have to cut it. Luckily we found the steak knife. If you've just seen that and heard that, right over there, that is a gas explosion in that little area in the woods right above the industrial. There's a small military camp with in the comments. Regarding the fire, you can start a fireplace by combining a short stick with a piece of bark. You can start it with combining a short stick with a piece of rag, or a piece of paper, or a piece of bandage as well. Obviously, suggestion is try not to use the bandages because you need those to bandage yourself. So yeah, if you have a cutting tool and you don't have paper or rags that you can spare, just grab yourself a piece of bark from a tree. So as you probably noticed, fishing without a bait takes a lot longer, and there's a very low probability that you will catch something. Still waiting, but I'm gonna give up. It's always best to have a worm. Okay, let's give that up for now. Let's cut that fish. Again, our hands will be covered in blood, so we're gonna have to wash them straight away. And we have 2 macro fillets and bloody hands. Let's wash our hands. Boom. And now we can go make a fire. Where should we make a fire? Should we make a fire? Gather long stick. Right, should we? Let's not make a fire just yet. Gonna eat these sardines. Please don't have a ruined knife. Ooh, not yet. Okay. I'm gonna eat these sardines. We're gonna get back into that industrial. See if we can find another cutting tool, because we don't know how long this knife would last for. Actually, let's make ourselves a hand wrap, basically kind of gloves. And in theory, if you're wearing these, you should be able to gather long stick, short stick without getting cut. Let's see how that works. Hi, Thibby Ducky, how are you doing? Thanks for joining in, mate. Okay, we got the short stick. Fishing rod. Okay. It's getting dark. The BBI Ducky, correct me if I'm saying it wrong. I don't know if you're still there. Probably not. You probably left. Sorry about that. Let's put this like this. I might make it better. Or not. So I saw a couple of military containers. I'm gonna go check them out, see what we can find. Also, these towers spawn stuff as well. Let's go check it out. And here's a quick tutorial on how to throw ice. There you go. Woof. Sit right here for a second, and I will be right back. I just need a quick toilet break. Here we go. I'm back. Sorry, just needed a quick toilet break, as I mentioned. Well, I'm not gonna die, baby ducky. I'm not gonna die. Unless some evil player decides to come and kill me. Thank you for joining my stream, by the way. Much appreciated, mate. Hope you're well. Now, hand wraps should give me hand protection, so let's see. Bada boom, there we go. And they're still pristine. Just an example. Now let's go check those military containers and see what we can find. Ooh, would you look at that? Another dry bag. That's in even worse condition than the one I have on. There we go. Major A container, major A items. 64 round Bison mag. That's an SMG. Yeah, quite a high recoil on it, but not a bad SMG. Fishing hook. That's badly damaged. Now we saw all those train carriages earlier. We're gonna go back there and check them out. Maybe we can find something useful in there. They can spawn gas canisters that can be used for gas lamps. If you attach a stove head on it, you can use it to cook, but you will need also a cooking pan or a cooking pot. They can spawn canisters. Sorry. So the gas can is the fuel for vehicles. Sorry. Gas canisters are the ones you use for the stove. Now, here's a scope. We're gonna see if this electrical kit works on scopes, as I mentioned earlier. There you go. That's a good example. We can fix a scope with it. And like I said, you can fix also the GPS, the radio transceiver and the GPS as well. The GPS is a new item that has been added in the last update. Let's keep this for its sake. Nothing. Let's go upstairs. Some players like to build their bases in buildings like this. There's quite a few levels, but what's that? Metal wire. Right, in theory, let's see. Let's try and make a tripwire snare trap. I don't remember what the snare trap was, but yeah, I think it's for hunting. I'm not sure. Nothing up here. Now, from up here we have a beautiful view over the industrial inferno. You can check out if there's any players around. I do not see anyone. I prefer first person personally, guys, honestly. It's so much better. Yeah, I'm trying, Ducky, yeah. I've been watching a few guys lately, and they had no idea what they were doing, as that was the first time they were playing on Dayz, so kind of gave me the idea to make a tutorial. I know there's many other tutorial videos on YouTube as well, but you know what? I'll just put it out there. If it's useful to help someone, why not? You know, at the end of the day, it's just a little bit of content for people to watch, whoever wants to watch it. You will be able to see this this video after I finish the stream. In the next few days I will also upload it onto YouTube, and it will be available there. My YouTube channel is the same as... oh, there you go, battery. It's badly damaged, but it can be useful. The YouTube channel, it's called The Blaze Chronicles. So you will be able to find it there as well in the next few days. Now we have a flashlight. I found a battery. Put the battery in, and we can use... oh yeah, check that out. It's a pristine CR 527. So it's a hunting rifle. It's in pristine condition. It needs a mag. Hopefully we'll be able to find one, but you can use it as a chambered. So personally what I would do is replace my BK-18 with it. Boom, take the bullet out. In order to be able to take a bullet out of a shotgun or BK-18 for example, hold the gun in your hands, double tap on Y. It will unload the bullet, and the bullet will go automatically in your inventory. That is, if you have the room for it. Now we're going to take the CR 527, hold it in our hands, hold Y, and it will load the mag, and that's our chambered rifle. Cool. Getting a bit chilly. Now we've been here. I'll go back to those train carriages. I usually like checking the train carriages because you can find so much stuff. Jumps a jacket. What a lovely evening. Would you look at that? No clouds. Beautiful. So when you are oh, hiking jacket, high insulation. So here's a good example. Bomber jacket. It's a high insulation clothing item, but it weighs 7 kilos. It's quite heavy. That takes a toll on your stamina. Hiking jacket. It's lightweight. It gives you high insulation, and it barely weighs half a kilo. So what we're going to do, we're going to swap. And it's in pristine condition as well. So boom. We dropped our jacket. Beautiful. And it looks cool. There's the green, it comes in different colors. I prefer the green one, but the blue one is pretty cool as well. Gives you the best insulation, quite a good insulation. Now we have found a handsaw. We can use this to cut some bark off a tree and get some short sticks and make a fire. You can use a handsaw as well as a weapon against zombies. So yeah, remember the stamina. This speech is basically every single item you're carrying will add onto the weight, and it will take a certain amount, let's put it this way, not a tiny, it will take a certain amount of stamina available. Now that's one knife I really like. I will get rid of the steak knife. Kukri. Here we go. Bada bing, bada boom. I will show you how to sneak up on a zombie and kill him without making too much noise. Actually, let's carry it right now. We don't need this anymore because we have this baby. Now, sneaking. Doing playing with viewers. I can do. I won't be able to do it today because I have barely a half an hour left available to play. But I can organize that, mate, if you want. That won't be a problem. The only thing I'm only able to stream on in the weekends. So Friday mornings. I don't know if I'm from UK, so it's morning here. That's why I'm saying mornings. So Friday mornings from around 9 a.m. up until 1 o'clock. Saturday mornings from 9 until 1, and Sundays from 9 till 11:30, 12 o'clock, depends. Okay. Well, that zombie, we won't be able to sneak on him because he saw me. Another unknown food can. Hello. What you can do is this. Bait a zombie. Getting to follow you. Come on. Getting to follow you inside the room. Calculate it properly. While he's getting in, you're gonna get out, close the door on him, and there you go. You got a trapped zombie. It's not always easy to do, but it's a tactic. Alright, let's get back to these carriages. Oh. Beanie. Do I take that beanie's damage? Nah, I'm just gonna wait until I find a pristine one or better conditions. Peacoats. The peacoat is a pretty good clothing item as well. Like for insulation wise, it keeps you quite warm. 30 slots, high insulation. But as you can see, it's 3 kilos. If you don't have any other choices, peacoat is a good one. Same goes for the bomber jacket. There you go. So that's, as I mentioned earlier, carriages, medium gas canister. To use this, you will need a stovetop, which you can find in various places, to be honest. They can spawn in hunting shacks, they can spawn in buildings. you will be able to drink it. Do not drink water from ponds, lakes, rivers without. Don't drink it because you will get sick. That's why I was explaining to boil it first. From the wells, you can drink it without having to boil it or add chlorine tablets. Chlorine tablets are used for sanitizing the water before you can drink it. There you go, I found a bottle. So there you go, this bottle for example has a little bit of water in it. I'm not going to drink it. Actually, I'm going to empty it, and as soon as we find a well, as soon as we find a well, we're going to fill it up and we can drink from it. So empty. Glue, glue, glue. And keep it there. Boom. Okay. I want to try and sneak up on a zombie to show you the stealth attack. Just waiting for the right moment. There should be one. Right. Bum. So walk slowly in order to make barely any noise. There's a small chance that he could hear us when we're very close. I think that's a randomized thing as well. Make sure you're not in his viewing field. Sneak up, bam. Done. So, how do we do that? We sneak behind the zombie, crouching. When you're close to him, close enough to get in contact, quickly hold LT and press RT. Hold left trigger, press right trigger, and it will do a stealth kill. Be mindful, every action you do, everything you do makes a noise. So opening a door will make a noise. Someone might have dropped this here. Yep, definitely dropped it here. It's a protective case. Unknown food can. So yeah, someone has been here recently and dropped some stuff. So we do need to be careful. I'm gonna make a fire very soon, but for now we're gonna have one mushroom, just to keep us going. Also, if you make a fire and it's nighttime and you're making a fire in the open, know that, keep in mind that it will make light, which means it can be seen, so there's a risk there. There's a risk that someone might come for you, and we don't know what intentions they might have, right? Okay. UGD smoke grenade. Ooh. Okay. Let's show how the EGD smoke grenade works. Each one has a different color. It just makes a lot of smoke for a certain amount of time. You can use that as a tactic, and with that I mean if you're trying to ambush someone or you're in a firefight, you can use a smoke grenade to camouflage, to hide your movements, or simply to block the opponent's view. Or if you're trying to find one of your teammates, or he is trying to find you, and you're like close by but you can't see each other, basically, you can use a smoke grenade to signal your position, kind of thing. Okay, so apparently that gas bomb that exploded earlier wasn't here, so I correct myself. It wasn't on this military camp. It was, I think, on the town center. Yeah, it's on the town center by that big multi-story apartment building that has a plane crash in it. I think that has been made as a temporary, like, randomized what's that? Okay, called randomized gas zone. We found another pistol, but we don't have a mag and we don't have ammo for it. No, come on, get stuck. What we got? 939. Another ATOG, and we have also a smoke grenade for the grenade launcher. We don't need these items at the moment. We have no use for them whatsoever. We did find some ACP-45. That's a HMV wreck. Humvee wreck, sorry. Sometimes there's stuff that spawns on it or nearby. Always check vehicles. Car wrecks, truck wrecks, Humvee wrecks. You can find either spare parts for the vehicle or other items. It can be food, can be tools, can be anything. BDU pants, right? So these ones have 30 slots for inventory, and they are badly damaged. The insulation on them when they're pristine to worn is, I think, medium. They're good if... oh, perfect, a compass. They're good if you need to carry a lot of stuff. But yeah, they don't offer the best insulation. So that is all depending on the player and what are you trying to achieve basically. I am going to fix them and use them because I like the video fans, to be honest, even if they don't give the best insulation. And they look cool, they're camo. There we go. Boom. Yeah. Nice. Now, shall we move on? Let's move on. We're gonna go make a fire in a house when we reach the town. Oh, there it is. This is what I was mentioning before about alcoholic tincture. So what we're going to do is we are going to sanitize this stack of rags, and we can use them without any worries to bandage ourselves if we get cuts, basically. Now, these ones, we're going to put them on the hot bar. Oh, we also have an extra slot, as you can see. Perfect. I'm actually gonna put the kukri instead of the pistol in my hotbar. Another pipe. Oh, apparently it's a thing. And let's proceed. As you can probably imagine, I'm quite familiar with the map, so I personally rarely use I Survive anymore. But yeah, recommendation is, especially if you're at the beginning and you don't know where you are, use I Survive. In order to find yourself on the map on I Survive. Another mag. Okay, what we got here? This one. In order to find yourself on the I Survive map, obviously you're not going to appear on it, so you need to figure out where you are. If you're in a town or a village, the best thing you can do is let's take the handcuff keys for future uses. Stay on the main road, find the road sign. The road sign is obviously just like a normal road sign. It's blue with the white letters. That will tell you, or it's just simply white, it will tell you the name of the village or town you are in. The only problem is in the game it's written in Cyrillic characters, so you will kind of have to decipher that by using I Survive. So you're gonna have to look around on the map and find the town or village that has the matching Cyrillic characters, and you can work your way from there. Basically, find points of reference in the towns or villages or wherever you are, and you will then be able to locate yourself and know where to go and in which direction. Also, a compass like the one I just picked up is very useful. This one. So I suggest putting yourself in first person by tapping on the right lever. Hold the compass in your hands, press RT, and there we go. So south, obviously north is the red arrow. So where we are going west at the moment. And we are in Chernogorsk. That's one of the biggest towns on Chernarus map. I see hockey helmet, okay. Oh, this guy's hungry again. What do we got? Should I eat another mushroom? I'm gonna eat another mushroom. Oh, hold on a second. Okay, always check the condition of the food item you're gonna eat. If it's just damaged, badly damaged, it's fine. If it's a vegetable or a piece of meat and you hold it in your hands and it says it's rotten, highly recommended, do not, I repeat, do not eat. Throw it away because it will get you sick, and so it will get you sick, you start puking, and yeah, no, that's not a nice thing. And you will need to find vitamins, antibiotics to heal up. Ushanka, now that's a good hat to have. It's that best insulation, 0.5 kilos in weight, and the difference between that and the boonie hat is, boom, low insulation. Well, obviously on the Ushanka you can't put a hook on it, but it doesn't matter. A hook only takes one slot. Flat cap. Sneakers, new. And it started raining again. So this might be the good time to get ourselves some bark. You can use a road flare to light a fire, like this one, but the road flare also makes a lot of light and it lasts for quite a few minutes. And it's basically a single-use item. So you can use it if you're courageous enough to travel around with a road flare in your hands. You will definitely be very easily spotted even from far away. So yeah, up to you. You create your own adventure, you create your own style. All I'm doing now is just giving you some advice on a step-by-step tutorial on how to survive. So I think they mentioned the devs that there's kind of a Halloween event going on. So you say that on the cemeteries. I'm not 100% sure though. In the cemeteries you might find loot. I don't see anything. Not even zombies nonetheless. I don't remember if this church is open. No, I don't think so. I believe someone might have cut this tree. Ooh, teddy bear. Yeah, teddy bears are just random items. You can use them. They have like 10 slots. You can use them to hide stash stuff. On Daisy, you can stash items. You can stash your loot in dry bags or teddy bears or sea chests, which are, I think, quite rare to find, but you can find them. And handcrafted, handmade crates, which you can craft out of nails and 8 planks. I think you need 20 nails and 8 planks to craft a crate. What you can do with those, you can stash your loot in it, and then you can bury it. You don't want to bury it in like highly trafficked areas or where they can be seen. So you can hide them, like try to bury them under a bush, in a bush, but you're gonna have to figure out that one by yourself, basically. If you know there's an area where not many people go by, you can try to hide it there and bury it. You will need a shovel or a pickaxe to do that. And we can make a fire in this little house here. Okay. It's gonna be visible, but it is what it is. So let's get ready. That bark, there it is. First thing, hand drill kit. Okay. Then place this there. And this. And this. So you can place them like that, or you can place them by opening your vicinity inventory. Hold A on the item you want to move on to the cooking. So you have smoking in the big ovens like this. Ovens. You have the smoking and you have the cooking. So if you smoke a piece of meat or a piece of veg, it will give you more calories, less hydration. While if you cook it, it will give you a equal amount of hydration and calories. Well, I would always recommend doing that. Boom. Right, we need this, ignite. I think we have a lockpick somewhere, so I'm gonna lock the doors for safety. There it is. We're gonna have to get naked in order to dry our clothes. Alright. Boom. Boom. What's this doing? This one is damp. This and this. Wow, these got damaged quite quickly. They were pristine. Yeah, I must have tweaked something on the last update. So yeah, this is how you dry your clothes very quickly. You just make a fire, stand next to it, drop all your clothing items off, and they will dry within about 20 seconds. You don't want to burn this. Alright. We got some nice fish baked. Nice and cozy. Let's eat the other one as well so we can fill up on our food. We got a plus symbol. Still raining outside. So there's a big hospital nearby. That is a good place to look for medical stuff. Bandages, blood collection kits, saline bags, epinephrine shots, morphine shots, codeine, tetracycline tablets, vitamins even, all stuff that can be very useful for your survival. Tetracycline is basically antibiotics, so they have an overall action against all the sicknesses you can get in Dayz, apart from Kuru. Kuru is a illness you get when you eat human meat or fat, and that is uncurable basically. So once you start eating that, you're gonna start making some weird noises, start getting shaky, and you'll be very easily detected by other players in the vicinity. Basically, you're a cannibal if you do that. So that's part of the Dayz roleplay kind of thing. Nice, we are very nice and dry now. Let's put this on there, cook it. I think that's the last bit of food we have. There we go. Should I fix this backpack? Ooh, do I still have that sewing kit? Apparently not. I must have used it all. Okay, that is cool. Field mushroom cooked. There we go. It doesn't say how much calories it will give you, but it's, if you look into it, there's a wiki, Dayz wiki, I think that must explain. It should explain how many calories it gives you. I will once I manage to edit the tutorial videos, I have a few tabs that I can share with you guys regarding blood groups, I think weapons and clothing items, stats and all that kind of stuff. That would help you out, give you an idea on what's the best stuff to use, and a guideline on blood transfusions. You can give blood transfusions to yourself and to other players, but to other players you have to be very careful that the blood groups match. So there's I think 4 or 5 blood types in the game, something like that. So each one has a certain type of blood group that goes with, basically, that you can give transfusions. How do you know your blood group? You can find a blood test kit in hospitals or clinics. It takes 1 slot, and you hold that in your hands. It takes about 5 seconds. Crafting thing, and it will tell you, you'll have a small letter and a symbol appearing next to your blood in the stats down on the right bottom corner, and that will tell you basically what blood group you have. We're gonna go towards that hospital now. I just want to give you an idea how visible would a fire be. I think the fire went off when we got out. Yeah, I think the fire went off. It's fine. Can't believe they definitely tweaked the usage of the shoes. Because usually the hiking boots last a lot longer. But yeah, who knows? So we can fix them if we find a leather sewing kit. Ooh, a spite. Let's go in this one. Trying to avoid the zombies. I don't want to get in too many fights. Just so I can get on with the tutorial. So as you can see, it's not very difficult to survive on Dayz, considering this is unofficial, and many players, when they start playing Dayz, they really struggle on the official servers. Sometimes it's just because other players that simply play it for the PvP and they just like to go around the map just for killing, and not judging, but it's a survival game. It's not specifically for PvP only, so you can do a lot more than that. Again, roleplay means you can be an assassin, you can be a murdering a-hole, you can be a doctor if you have the courage to do that. Basically, you just go around the map helping other players by providing them with medical supplies, assisting them. You can be a lot of things, so it's completely up to you what you want to do. Now that is a lot of calories in one bag. Rice gives you quite a decent amount of calories, so chug it up. So we're basically at the back of the hospital right now. You'll see it in a second. Well, you see that building over there? That's the hospital in Cherno. And also the hospitals like that have medical zombies around it. They can carry... here's the 3-dial combination lock that I was telling you about earlier. Kind of useless, to be honest, but if you can't find a 4-dial, that will do for a while, for a temporary fix. Medical zombies can spawn in with loot, so if you kill them, they might have a small bit of, they might have a bandage on them, they might have morphine, they can have any kind of medicine on them, or they can just have nothing. Wait 1 second. There you go, got like 15 minutes left of the stream. Fortunately, I have to go to work. As I don't have enough followers yet to afford to stay at home and play and get paid for it. Here this is a NBC respirator, so this is one of the bits you need to get into a gas zone. You will need this. This is a slot for the gas mask filter I was telling you about. We're not gonna pick that up at the moment because we're focusing on other stuff. Vitamins, there you go. So you can find these things even in clothing items that you can find on the ground. Vitamins are again an overall integrator, so it's keeps your immunity high basically. Avoids you getting a cold when you get wet. Your health regenerates a tiny bit quicker than normal if you have vitamins in. Take one pill at a time. Now those zombie saws. Here's the hood. What we're gonna do in the next few tutorials, I'm gonna do like a full tutorial of how to get into the gas zone. So we're gonna go around the map. We're gonna focus only on finding the NBC bits and go. That's a handheld transceiver and go into a gas zone. Now, let's see. The electrical repair kit can be used to repair the handheld transceiver. These are useful when you are playing in a team and you don't want to use the Xbox Live party. You're playing with a rando and he's friendly and you want to team up, but you don't want to use the Xbox Live. You can use this. The transceiver has different channels you can stick onto, and it's good when you're in a combat situation. Has a certain range that it works at, so it's not like if you're on one corner of the map and the other player is on the other, you won't be able to communicate like that with him. NBC jacket, NBC boots, blood collection kit, there it is. This is what I was talking about earlier. You need one of these, and you need an IV starter kit in order to have the complete blood bag basically. So what we're going to do is we're going to use this for now and collect some blood. There you go. Put this in our inventory until we find the IV kit, IV starter kit. So we had the mask, we found the hood, we found the jacket. We would need gloves and pants and a few gas mask filters, and we would basically have a full NBC suit. Again, we're gonna do that in the next episode. I'm hoping that so far I've been pretty clear, and I'm hoping that this will help you guys. Bro, it's not a sneak attack. Lab coat, scrub, surgical. Rider jacket, oh my god. Right. Rider jacket is literally my favorite jacket in the game. Too bad it only has 30 slots available, but it's a high installation leather jacket. Gives you a very good protection against melee as well as zombies. Good installation against wind, rain as well. So we're gonna wear it. for now. Because it looks really cool as well, to be honest. I mean, check it out. Leather jacket and BDU pants. Baddest of them all. There you go, another NPC, wow. Surgical mask. Tetracycline, there you go, these are very useful to have. Get a cold, pop a couple of these, and you're good to go. Alright, what we got here? That's a flare. So we would need a pistol, flare gun for that. Saline bag, badly damaged. Now let's check this hospital. See if we can find at least one IV kit. No, but we did find the chlorine tablets. I think there's a zombie in here. Or not. IV start kit, there it is. Right. I'm gonna use this and this. Craft blood bag. And there we are. We have a blood bag. So now, if we get like injured and we are losing a lot of blood, once we've bandaged up, we can use that blood bag to regenerate our blood very quickly. So yes, that's a very useful thing to have. Here you go, charcoal tablets. These are mostly used to refill the gas mask filters that go in the NBC respirator or the gas mask. So you got 3 types of masks for gas. You've got the combat gas mask. That, as I mentioned earlier, it looks cool, personally, I think. But it's a single use kind of thing, and you can't refill it. So once it's done, it's done. Whilst the NBC respirator and the gas mask, they use gas mask filters, which can be recharged with the charcoal tablets. So they have an indefinite use. Amount of uses, basically. I'm not sure why I'm holding that in my hands. Oh, looks like I have no more room in my backpack. Okay. I'm carrying quite a lot of stuff. I don't need the stone anymore. Don't need this either, to be honest. Just load this. And go all the way to the top and see what else we can find. Don't think we'll find much. Our body temperature is pretty good. We didn't get wet yet, but yeah. Okay. Check those buildings in front of us. Ooh, there you go. There you go. Now, yep, we got the blood test kit, which we're gonna use. Denim shorts. Let's use that blood test kit. Where is it? Here. Okay, now we know we have 0 negative. I'm gonna craft a saline bag as well, just to have it there. Okay. Yeah, it's badly damaged, but it's still usable. So buildings in a nearby of a hospital can still spawn medical supplies, so it's always a good thing to check them out. I find, oh, that's better, in better condition. Let's see, this one is pristine, this one is badly damaged. There you go, we just replaced this one. Paramedic pants, no. Just gonna look around, see what else we can find. Paramedic pants, no. No stress. There you go, that's a gas mask filter. Just to make an example, we're going to use the charcoal tablets to fit it up. It uses quite a lot of them, to be honest, so we probably fill up 90% of it. It was half already, so yeah, there you go, 90% filled. Ish, yeah, 77. There you go. So, yeah, I'll just drop it here. We don't need it right now, to be honest. I was just wanted to show you how it looks. What you need to look for. Oop. I'm gonna look in this building here. We might be lucky to find maybe another pair of boots, sewing kit, ammo for pistols, shotgun shells. Sometimes you can find a deagle, sometimes you can find a revolver even. 357 ammo, that goes with it. It's not a high probability, but it's a probability. Right, there's nothing here. Okay. Get the Zombo in here. Whoop. Sneakers. Denim. Whoop. Well, it looks like I'm gonna have to beat the head out of him. Ooh, check that out. Okay, we have had some food. We had got the matches. Where'd he go? Is she going here? Hey, silly, I'm here. Where did you go? What a silly girl. You can basically... There you go. You could just basically go in Cherno, check every single building, and you'd get out of Cherno all like properly geared, ready for a fight. It did happen to me. Canned tuna, okay. I'm not saying like super heavy weapons, but you can get out with the Mosin. You can. I got out with a Deagle, with mags, with ammo, military, full gear. Oh no, actually not like full military gear, but I did have like a press vest on, which is like a lighter version of a plate carrier. Gives you quite a good defense against shots. I picked up that alarm clock only because it gives me an idea of the time in game, basically, which is now 10 past 7. I think it's in the morning. This was night earlier. So yeah, it takes perseverance and patience. And you can get out of it really cool. When it rains, zombies can't hear you as they would when it doesn't. You can take a little bit of advantage of the rain to sprint around and walk normally, to move faster. Obviously, if you run in front of them, they will hear you, they will see you, and they will come for you. Okay. Shall we have some food? Okay. Where I'm going now is towards the police station, as I'm aiming to find a stab vest. The police station is very close by, it's right there in front of us. Jeez. Oh, what's that? 380. Raincoat. Oh shush. There we go, we have a P1. We don't have a mag for it. It's not my favorite gun. It's loud, and also although it has a slot for a suppressor, it doesn't mount one. You can mount, I think, a bottle crafted suppressor, which has something like 3 or 4 uses in it. There we go. Stab vest. Boom. And the pioneer mag. Genius. Now we're gonna get inside this build. Oi, leave me alone, you. gonna get inside this building, and unfortunately, guys, I have to go. Need to get ready for work. Work. Guys, I'm hoping this will help you with your adventures on Dayz. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to follow if you want to see my next stream, and find me on YouTube at the Blaze Chronicles. Have a good view. Take care. Bye bye.